As the global population is expected to hit 10 billion people by 2050, the challenge of feeding everyone with nutritious, affordable food in a sustainable manner is more pressing than ever. NDSU Agriculture is addressing this challenge by leveraging cutting-edge agricultural technology to enhance food production. Through advanced genetic research, we're developing crops that are more resilient and yield more with fewer inputs. Our use of data analytics and precision technologies ensures that we can tailor farming practices to optimize efficiency, reduce waste, and make informed decisions in real time. This not only boosts productivity, but also helps to conserve resources like water and improve soil health. By combining these technologies and then providing information and education to our farmers and ranchers, NDSU is empowering them and ensuring that the state remains a leader in global food production, meeting the needs of a growing world population while safeguarding livelihoods.
My name is Juan Osorno. I'm a professor here in the Department of Plant Sciences and the dry-bean breeder. And my job is to develop new varieties that are adapted to the conditions of North Dakota and benefit not only our farmers, but the entire value chain. North Dakota is the largest producer of dry beans in the US, accounting for about 40%. Developing a variety takes about 7 to 10 years. So it's a long time, as you can think of. How we can find ways to shorten that process using modern technology, right? And in our case, we're trying to use two main things. One is DNA technology, and we're also using something known as high throughput phenotyping. Okay, so let's talk about DNA modern tools. Now, with all the available technology that we have now, you can extract DNA from your plant of interest, or thousands of plants if you want to, and get a whole genetic profile of that specific plant, right? And that information can be used for selection purposes. So now, among 1,000 plants, let's say using the genomic information, you can select only the best 200. And those 200 are the ones that you're gonna test in the field. By doing that, you're becoming more efficient in terms of time and resources, and sometimes even cost, because it's cheaper to do DNA than to do field trials in many cases, right? The second part that is important for us is working with drones and robocarts in the field and the greenhouse that allow us to take measurements of thousands of small plots in the field rather than having a person going with a field book and taking each one of those scores hand by hand. We use all that information together to make decisions regarding which of those genotypes and those lines are going to be the next future varieties for North Dakota.
My name is Barney Geddes, and I'm an assistant professor in the Department of Microbiological Sciences. In my research program, we're really working on the next generation of AgTech for farmers to use to improve crop yield and resilience, harnessing natural interactions that happen between plants and the microbes that live on and around them. So the types of microbes we work on have the potential to take nitrogen directly out of the air, the type of nitrogen that we breathe in and can't use, and neither can plants, and transform that into usable forms for the plant, replacing the requirement to apply expensive and environmentally harmful chemical fertilizers in the spring. We're also looking at other ways microbes can be used to alleviate some of the really challenging issues we have in crop production locally. Examples of that are reducing iron deficiency chlorosis in soybean production, limiting diseases like fusarium head blight in wheat and barley. And altogether, this work is really looking to completely change the game in terms of the approaches farmers can take to guarantee high yields and high resilience of their crops in the face of this changing climate. So this work is really an absolute game changer. These products are potentially coming out as soon as the next few years, the first generations of them, and others are really looking to completely transform the way we use microbes in the next 10 to 20 years.
My name is Aaron Reinholtz. I'm a program manager in the Agricultural Experimentation Director's Office. I broadly support advanced technology use in our research, including the use of unmanned aircraft systems, or drones as we commonly refer to them. I'd like to highlight 2 points about our use of drones today. The first of which is that they have become an essential part of our research in supporting the field studies that we do. NDSU researchers plant tens of thousands of these small-scale plots at our RECs and other locations across the state in support of our plant breeding programs, studies in weed management, plant diseases, agronomy, and other areas. Advanced sensors mounted on these drones is allowing us to capture insightful information from an aerial viewpoint that, when combined with analytical tools, is providing great insight about each of these individual plots from which we can draw research conclusions. This greatly improves our efficiency in analyzing data and drawing conclusions from our field studies. The second point I want to highlight is research on large-scale production applications of the technology for farmers. For farmers, we need to develop applications that work in challenging, time-sensitive operations, and they need to provide a cost benefit to the farmer. One application we've been focused on is weed control. NDSU researchers have developed approaches to accurately identify weeds within crop fields, and then to use that to produce a prescription map that turns the nozzles of the sprayer on only where the weeds are present, rather than applying a treatment across the entire field. Our field scale studies have demonstrated reductions of 50% or more in the amount of herbicide used. This reduces the input cost for the farmer to produce that crop. And it's a win from an environmental standpoint by reducing the overall amount of herbicide applied. This is just one example of many promising opportunities for drone-based technologies to make impactful contributions to agriculture.
My name is Joshua Dotto, an Internet of Things systems research engineer with the North Dakota Agriculture Experiment Station. So my work focuses on developing and testing Internet of Things systems for agricultural applications. So what is the Internet of Things? The Internet of Things basically is electronic devices that can sense information about the environment that they're in and then communicate that information to where it's needed using wireless communication protocols over the internet. For example, this light sensor, if I cover it, I can see changes in real time, and the same information can be transferable to ag for monitoring systems. So the Internet of Things has a lot of applications across multiple industries, including manufacturing, healthcare, and consumer products like smart home devices like smart thermostats and doorbells. And in manufacturing, we have big machines and robots talking to each other, exchanging massive amounts of data without human intervention, and they can accomplish tasks more efficiently and quicker. And an interesting fact about Internet of Things is that by the year 2030, the number of Internet of Things devices will outnumber the population on Earth by 10 times. So that means that Internet of Things is really important and it's growing fast. So what does this mean for agriculture? Well, right now, agriculture holds about 7% of the IoT market. So there is a lot of potential benefits for using Internet of Things for collecting real-time data from the fields and use that information to make informed decisions about irrigation, pest management, and nutrient use efficiency. So when it comes to ag technology, Internet of Things is really at the forefront.
NDSU Extension plays a vital role in bridging the gap between agricultural research and practical application for farmers and ranchers. Its responsibilities include disseminating up-to-date information on agricultural technologies such as precision farming, soil health management, and sustainable practices. Extension agents provide hands-on training, workshops, and resources tailored to local needs, helping producers understand and adopt new technologies that can enhance productivity and sustainability. Additionally, they serve as a conduit for farmers to share their experiences and challenges, fostering a collaborative environment that promotes innovation and best practices in the agricultural community. By leveraging both scientific research and local knowledge, NDSU Extension empowers farmers and ranchers to make informed decisions that benefit their operations and the environment.
My name is Rob Prue, and I'm an Agricultural Technology Systems Specialist at NDSU Extension, based in the Department of Agricultural and Biosystems Engineering on the NDSU campus in Fargo. My role in agriculture is to work within our county-based system to provide extension education to our farmers and ranchers as they evaluate, adopt, and implement agricultural technologies. Sometimes that involves newly emerging technologies, such as one of my current focus areas, spray drones. Whether measured by the number of license owner-operators, licensed airmen, registered aircraft, or by acreage, the amount of drone spraying in North Dakota has expanded greatly over the past 2 years. There is no question, unmanned aerial application has arrived in North Dakota. With that comes the need for education, such as one of my current efforts, which is to educate applicators on the licensing and training requirements to become an unmanned aerial applicator in North Dakota. And this is in partnership with the NDSU Extension Pesticide Program and the North Dakota Aeronautics Commission. Spray drones are just one example of why this is an exciting time for AgTech and the benefits it can bring to our agricultural systems. Targeted spraying applications, such as by drone, have the opportunity to optimize application rates and reduce chemical runoff. This is not only more efficient, but also has the potential to greatly reduce environmental impacts. Thank you again for your time and attention. If you have any questions for me, please do not hesitate to reach out.
Hi, I'm Miranda Meehan, Associate Professor and Extension Livestock Environmental Stewardship Specialist in the Animal Science Department. Virtual fence is an emerging technology to manage grazing animals using a collar programmed with a geographic boundary. The collar provides cues to the animal on their position in relationship to this boundary. Our team has been researching the use of virtual fence to manage livestock grazing both grasslands and annual forages on cover crops at several locations across the state. We have found this technology effective in managing grazing animals to meet both livestock production and conservation goals. Specifically, virtual fence kept animals in the appropriate grazing allotment greater than 90% of the time, reduced feed waste, and improved wildlife habitat, all while reducing labor and enhancing management flexibility, as fences can be created or moved and assigned to animals in minutes. This technology has generated much interest among ranchers and conservation groups. In response, NDSU Extension has been working to improve individuals' understanding of this tool and its application with the goal of answering the most frequently asked questions. 1, how does it work? 2, is it effective? 3, what is the cost? In 2024 alone, NDSU Extension gave 20 presentations on the application of virtual fence and grazing systems to over 1,100 individuals. We also provided trainings to professionals working with ranchers interested in adapting virtual fence. In our extension program, we are able to share our experience adapting this technology into different grazing systems across North Dakota. Thank you for the opportunity to share about our work with this exciting new precision livestock technology.
My name is Rachel Gibbs, and I'm the Extension Livestock Specialist at the Hettinger Research and Extension Center, specializing in ruminant systems management. As many of you know, at the forefront of productive livestock operations are progressive producers who value economic and environmentally sustainable management practices. Here at the Hettinger Research and Extension Center, we strive to provide these stakeholders with value-added opportunities and up-to-date information on management practices to enhance their production efficiency. Aligning with this mission, one of our current research goals is to better understand how differences in management styles or feeding strategies impact greenhouse gas production within each system, whether livestock are fed in confinement and intensive systems, or when livestock are primarily grazed in extensive systems. Utilizing precision livestock technologies like these smart feed intake monitoring systems and our gas capture system, we can effectively quantify how changes in diet composition or feed intake or differences in feed efficiency not only impact animal growth and efficiency, but production of greenhouse gases. In theory, if we can optimize feeding strategies that promote and enhance feed efficiency, we can effectively reduce the enteric production of greenhouse gases produced by ruminant livestock without compromising production integrity. This research is critical to better understand how livestock contribute to climate change and essential to developing management tools that producers can utilize to reduce their impact.
I'm Angie Johnson, Farm and Ranch Safety Coordinator for NDSU Extension. Our Farm and Ranch Safety Program is designed to provide preventive education training in the world of farm safety to our producers and their families across the state. Unfortunately, since 2010, our research with Sanford Health has showed that 292 individuals have been hospitalized due to agricultural-related injuries. 5 of these injuries resulted in fatality due to tractor-related incidents alone. To reduce these incidents, we use the 10-Star Tractor Simulator technology. This technology allows us to simulate real-world situations, such as tractor maintenance, roadway safety, and even helping build confidence in safely backing up equipment. This tractor simulator allows us to simulate real-world scenarios in a safe environment to practice critical thinking and application skills needed to operate heavy equipment. As one of only 3 states with this cutting-edge technology, it is critical that NDSU Extension stays at the forefront of training and education in order to protect the next generation of the agricultural workforce. It's important to remember, farm equipment is replaceable, but North Dakota farmers, ranchers, and their families are not.
My dad and I run Center Crop Consulting, which is a crop consulting business here in the Wishick, North Dakota area. AgTech is going to be changing faster and faster as the years go on. Everything involving breeding different varieties of different crops, that's all advanced ag technology, and it's helping farmers produce more and produce better quality crops than they ever have. These recommendations that come from NDSU with herbicides and rates that can target certain weeds, and you can get them where they need to be in a given field, you know what I mean? Because you don't need to, spend the money on 150 acres, you might only need to spend it on 30 or something like that. It's just information that they have readily available to you, whether it's in a publication or electronic, or you can make a phone call, and Extension does a great job being transparent with you on these things. Between myself and other consultants, my dad for 30 years, it's a no-brainer to trust their input and use what they have to offer. So we'll use Extension recommendations again to aid us in fertilizing our fields in the spring, because in our better producing zones we might need more nitrogen, for example, than on our red areas, or vice versa in some cases. It's a way that Extension has helped us and helped our farmers, because we do this for a half dozen or 8 farms in the area. Extension is really, whether it's soil, crop, herbicides, insecticides, grain storage, varieties, it's all-encompassing farming, man. They help you with everything.
Your soil sampling, right? So I'm getting my guys ready to be prepared to gather their soil sample information for fertility, so that come either this fall or next spring, we have a plan as to what we're gonna do. And I will sample 3 zones of the 5 zones out here. One of the big conferences I go to is NDSU Soil and Water Workshop. Brady Gettle, that whole crew, Naeem Kalwar up in Langdon. If it's anything with soil fertility, soil health, that's folks that's who I lean on. Because I know a lot of stuff, but not to the degree that some of those people do. So that's why I got to have personal relationships with them and have them on my phone so I can call them or email them. Dr. Joe Eichley, Dr. Brian Jenks, guess what? I found like 6 more fields with water hemp. I'll be at the Wide World of Weeds workshop talking with them afterwards, their presentations, or at the Lake Region Roundup. Everybody that I've bumped into at NDSU, they want to do the best thing, and they always say this, and I believe it's true, for the farmer. They're trying to do that. A lot of times extension programs or ag research is under scrutiny. It's like, why are we spending this type of money? Who else is doing it? Otherwise, I used to work in private industry. I know exactly how that works, right? My business is about selling advice and doing the best I can for the farmer. They feel like they're a great partner with me to move that information on. I'm really thankful we got experiment stations all over the state, because I got canola information, boom, I go to Langdon. Weed information, Brian Jenks out in Minot. Carrington, now Jeff Stockler's down there. I know staff down there too. So yeah, it's good. It's a good system. I'm glad we got it. They help me look good, and I'll take that every day of the week.
The future lies on developing even more resilient varieties using all these technologies so we can be better adapted to all the changes that were coming in the future.
By improving microbial technology for agriculture, we can help farmers save money and improve yields and resilience of their crops at the same time.
We are making great strides in our research to develop useful applications from data that we can capture from drones. When combined with new forthcoming FAA regulations to enable routine beyond visual line of sight flight operations, we will unlock the potential for drones to have a truly transformational impact on farming in the future.
Smart farming through IoT will enable us to connect every aspect of agriculture, leading to unprecedented efficiencies.
Precision agriculture will continue to evolve, ensuring that our management practices are effective and environmentally sound.
Virtual Fence has the potential to revolutionize grazing management, promoting sustainable livestock production and reducing labor at the ranch level.
As the impact of climate change and the global demand for food continues to grow, developing climate-smart management practices will be essential to maintaining the economic and environmental sustainability of livestock production systems.
Investing in the technology to provide hands-on safety training will protect our agricultural workforce and ensure a sustainable future.
Our journey from innovative research in the lab to practical solutions in the field showcases the power of collaboration between researchers and extension specialists. Together we can tackle the global challenge of food security. Thank you for joining us in this important mission. Let's continue to innovate and collaborate for a sustainable future.